This is Mary Curry. She's coming to us all the way from Washington. And I went down there for that Title I conference. I went to some of the, you know how if you go to a conference, there's all those exhibits, they show you what I like what she had, and I brought it back. And
the games and activities that are in here do a number of different things. The games are meant to be repetitive. You want the kids to be playing them again and again and again because they build those concepts that they need to understand. So if it's an addition game, you want them playing that addition game again and again. And what's nice about it is almost all of the games in here are generated off of random numbers. The other is there are games and activities in here that explain exactly mathematically why this is happening, especially with fractions. The other type of game or activity in here is problem solving, where they'll be playing a game in which they have to start thinking of how does this work together? I'm going to read a question, how do I figure out that question? How do I get the answers to that? I'm going to use these manipulatives to figure it out. So every single lesson is set up the same exact way. You have what the game is called, you have what strands it falls under, you have the supplies that are needed, you have quick and easy information to the adult on exactly what is the mathematics that they're learning and any information that you might need to read through it so that you understand what the mathematics are behind it, and maybe some vocabulary that's included, and then some guided questions that you can ask them as they're doing the activity. And then the back gives you how many players can do the game and very simple directions. Number recognition and quantity recognition. So if they see 5 in any form, be it 5 little fruits or 5 dots on a domino or 5 on a dice, they know it is 5. First grade gets into addition, simple addition facts. And one of the things I stress the most, and we'll play some of the games in all of these, and how to get a 10. What numbers, 2 numbers together make 10. We'll also understand what 10 minus a number is going to make. So if you work very hard on getting your 10s down, you work very hard on them recognizing any double. So anytime they see 9 plus 9, and then you get them to recognize plus or minus 1, you get a little bit more complicated information. They're going to learn to start to work with subtraction, with borrowing, and we do a lot with money, in which they understand 10 cents is 10 and pennies are 1, and so I have to exchange one for the other, so they start to get an understanding of borrowing. Third grade we start into multiplication, and there will be a little bit of multiplication in second grade, but third grade is the big focus on multiplication, and there's some great games in here on multiplication. Then going on to fourth grade, once again every step is going to be a little more challenging. Fourth grade lessons. There'll be division, a lot of division games, building into your fractions more. There are some great lessons on measurement. There's a little bit more of the measurement geometry and object. Then fifth grade gets into some great, more fractions again, some great lessons on repetitive play with division, with understanding remainder, start to learn what divisibility is, multiples are, factors are. They're going to start to learn all those concepts that have been once again building all along. The pre-algebra one gets into some very fun concepts, but very formal concepts of how algebra works. And so the activities and games in here can be a little bit more challenging with the whole PEMDAS and the order of operations and some more complex formulas on area, rectangle, and so forth. There is 2 players and 1 judge, and I'll have you 2 be players, and we're just going to do addition to start off with. So I'm going to get the judge. I'm going to give them 2 cards so they can't see them. They're not going to look at them. And when I say the word salute, they're going to put the cards on their forehead. See, and I'm going to be the judge, and I'm going to tell them the sum or the product. So I'm going to do addition first, and I'm going to say 9. So they're going to look at each other's cards, and all they can see is the other person's card. So they have to guess what's on their board. I said 9, and if you look at each other, you have 5, and you have a 4. Yeah. So they'll say what's on their hands. Playing the game with the students, they are going to love it, but the kids love it. I'll just say flat out, they love it. And the thing is they don't understand what they're doing. So they roll the dice.
It's the pre-algebra. 6, 7, 8.
It's your 0. Okay. So tell you on what side of the 0 is positive. This is going to be positive. This is going to be negative. Right over, it's just that. If you complete it. So the 5 is going to tell you. This one's going to tell you how far on the x-axis. This is going to tell you how far on the y-axis you're going to go. So it's going to be 2. And so they make this, that becomes their right triangle, the right angle on the triangle. So that becomes their So in this case, so they're going to figure out 3 squared is 9. They're 6 squared. So 9 plus 36 is, so the rule is 9, and then you
But you give it one at a time like that?
we do this one at a time, because once you get down to, the rule is 3.
Yeah.
This is that, because once you get down to so sometimes based on the
Then there'll be some that already
was 60. Oh, going down.
But then the other person is over here, GT.
I don't think it's about winning, is it?
I like that. Okay.
They just select the number of
The fruit law. The fruit law, right?
60 minus 20.
Back somewhere.
This one you guys just have to learn to recognize the numbers.
Sally.